Hi there, Noel Kelly here of Creva and AgraPlastics International. Just back from a great event with our friends at Cowsignals, where we brought over some of our dealers from around Europe to train them to be we aim to be a calf housing specialist. It's basically the Yougstock Signals training course. Goal that if we can help our salespeople to help the farmers, we can only be of more service. And we firmly believe the AgriPlastics calf hutch is the best in the world, so why not be able to give the best advice in the world? So this is just a few pictures of our experience, and yeah, it was a great time. So this is a picture of us back in March, myself, Herwin, Joep and Nico, where we sat down and planned it all out. Katrina in the office then started inviting people, and yeah, it was a good success. So next slide. This shows the inside of the training facility. I'll show you the outside later on. Fantastic room, really great working environment, nice coffee and amazing food. More about that later. Yeah, really nice training facility. A lot of the people that were coming over commented, oh gosh, we thought we were going to be stuck in some stuffy hotel or something like that, but it wasn't at all. It was just a great facility. So here's Joep in action. There's some of the people. We had people from Hungary, Denmark, Sweden, Russia, Lithuania, Poland, of course, Holland and Ireland. Sorry, the Netherlands and Ireland, all there. And Joep is a real vocal guy. He's always in action, really, really passionate what he does. You know, he really wants to give cows and calves more comfort. And when somebody's passionate what they do and talk about, it certainly makes learning a lot easier, and it was. Just a couple of interesting slides he put up, just talking about making cows live longer. All starts with having really healthy young calves. When you can get your calves, your heifers calving at 22, 23 months, it's proven that they are the most profitable animals. They in turn give more milk and live for longer lactations. And just the slide here, not sure if it's good enough quality if you can see that. But when you can get cows to, in high production units, up to 4.4, over 4 lactations, your replacement rate drops to 23%, and then you're selling 50% of your replacement animals, which at $17.50 per heifer, and that your culling is 600, it's just incredibly profitable. But it all starts with the calf, getting your calf right. There was a couple of interesting points about, if you see me looking here, I just have my other screen with the slides that are coming up here. A couple of interesting points about the use of colostrum. Ooh, go back there to the previous slide. Of course, if you don't have a healthy place for your calves, if they're in a muddy or a dirty pen, the calves absorb the E. coli straight away. So it's all about keeping the calves clean, having a clean calving facility, clean pens. Otherwise, the E. coli gets absorbed into the system first, and that will affect the calf for the rest of her life, having E. coli absorbed into her system. Whereas if you get the colostrum in first, you've got so much more healthier calf. This is 40-year research, but it's still true today. And that's why, in turn, with AgraPlastics, we brought out, AgraPlastics brought out a new starter pen that's all about helping your calves have a better start. Okay, so here's a little video. Hopefully the quality comes out, just where Yougstock compares another hutch to AgraPlastics. He's certainly a fan of AgraPlastics now.
Igloos like Eskimos, they crawl in an ice iglo like this.
Yeah.
Because there's a hot air balloon in the top of the iglo where the calf makes the air warm and where she can stay comfortable. The whole hot air is going out, so it's too cold probably in wintertime. It's nice in summer. This one has more like a hot air balloon in. It's a bit lower, so then there's some warm air kept, and that's what sort of heats up the environment of the calf. Plus a lot of straw in it. And I like this a lot better because they have to have a warm surrounding here.
So what Joep's talking about there is just with the AgraPlastics hutch compared to others, that we've got this dome effect with adjustable ventilation, and it creates like a warm pocket to help keep calves warmer in a colder environment. When you have like a completely open hutch and all the heat is going out, yeah, that's not going to be so good for the calves. And of course, then in the very hot weather, we have a sliding vent in AgraPlastics, which helps release that hot air. But this is just not too many more slides. We're going to get back to some fun stuff after this. But this is just a really interesting slide from Joep and from CowSigals, where they talk about rearing calves. We know from all our big farms that we're working with in Middle East, Russia, so many in North America, like the big mega farms where you see with AgriPlastics, having a calf on its own singly is proven to be the best environment. There's some research showing putting 2 calves together from an early stage is having a positive effect. But certainly once you get up to going over the 6 calves, even while they're on milk, before they're weaned, it can prove to have much more pneumonia and issues. So larger groups, 8 to 30 calves, it's been proven that there's issues. And again, in the AgraPlastics range, we start with a single, go to a group housing, and our group housing, 5, 6 young calves, and then 4 kind of weaned calves in the group hutch. More about that later. This is just a screen grab of what it was outside the CowSigals facility. Again, this was, so Joep did his training. I think he got through like 190 slides. We were treated to lots of coffee and treats going through it, so we was able to absorb all that information. Helwin of AgriPlastics Van Spijker in Holland had an incredible setup done for us here. There's the training facility. Joep did a really nice video. I'll try and link it here if possible, where he just talked about the AgraPlastics range and had a good discussion with us. And yeah, at this, once I took the screen grab, there was almost 10,000 views, which is exceptional. Even by CowSigals standards, that's a lot of views. Joep being himself, it's a very nice video as always. He's such a strong personality. After our discussion around the hutches, we then moved on to, has to be one of the highlights, was the food. So this is the back of the facility. You can kind of see the hutch there in the background. Joep's wife treated us to an amazing array of food and treats. So it was kind of that energy boost we needed. Because a lot of people had traveled a long distance that morning or the night before. So, gosh, I just can't say enough about it. And again, as I talked about earlier on, the environment, not like a stuffy hotel, just a great place for learning. People had just so many nice comments. We didn't want to leave. Katrina, many might know Katrina from my office, she just loved the food. It was a really, really good experience. So yeah, there was that was the onion soup on the second day. We had mustard soup the first day. Really, really good. Again, if you're enjoying what you do, you're going to learn a lot more. So there we're all sitting outside and having a beer. You have to keep Heineken in business. Yeah, again, you just had a really nice discussion. After lunch then it was a time for the farm visits. So we're all kitted up. You told us that CowSigals have 50 farms within the training facility that they call to. So whatever course they're doing, it always involves practical experience. So we got suited and booted, and then Joep had a little treat. He's got this crazy old World War II Jeep that he likes to drive to the farms in. So that's myself, Mate and Mindigas. Mate's from Hungary, and Mindigas, myself, and we went in the Jeep, and the others came in the car. So that was a good laugh. So he's a really good guy. Here is us out on the farm. So we did basically an assessment of the farm on his dry cow management, look at the herd, and then we focused on the calf rearing facilities and what changes we make. And we had a very nice discussion. We broke up into groups. Here's us having a walk around. There's Lars from Denmark giving Katrina the bunny ears. Here on this farm, the cows are grazing 6 hours a day for 4 months of the year, and if they do that, they get an extra €1 bonus. We did our assessment. We did some measurement of calves, and once in terms of just showing how different methods of measuring calves, looking at them as healthy, all the time looking for the signals. What are the signals? Are these calves healthy? Have they got fresh eyes? Is there any coughing when you enter the shed? So we did a little assessment of what was going great on the farm, a couple of little changes we would make. And yeah, there might be some AgraPlastics products going on that farm before the year's out. I actually give out a little bottle of Jameson as well for as a prize to the people who can give the best results. Again, just a little bit of fun. Yeah, so we were divided into pairs. Yeah, some really nice discussion, some coffee, and we did not open the whiskey. Oh, then as a treat for me, Joep had some work to do on the farm before he left. I think he was planning some other video. Yeah, I think anybody that knows Cowsignals and Joep, you know how good at videos he is. Certainly better than me. I'm trying. So he let me drive his World War II precious antique Jeep back, and that was good fun. Alex and Mate and Mindigas, I hope they're stopped shaking by now after my crazy driving. That night then, we had a really nice dinner in the local town. Again, some lovely, we were staying in a really nice hotel, but we just got a taxi and just went a little bit outside the town just to experience some Dutch life. So that was really nice. Late when we started eating, and I apologize for everyone if it was late when we got the meal, but it was just such a full-on day. So day 2 then, there was 11 of us doing the course. Day 2, this is here with Nico. You can see a nice slide of some AgraPlastics EXLs there. So Nico focused on the housing and rearing facilities. So day 1 was very much about all of the best practice of the calves. You know, there's no point in having incredible calf hutches or calf pens if the calves don't get their very best start in life. And and again, that also includes the calving and looking after the dry cows, dry cow management. Lots of talks about the cuddle box, by the way, just before I move on to housing. And the AgraPlastics starter pen works ideally with as a cuddle box. Hope to share some more videos on that soon. So here we were. We actually divided up into groups. And Nico gave us the task.
AgraPlastics dealer training. After these 2 days, everyone will be a certified calf housing specialist.
Yep.
They broke up into groups into designing a couple of barns, either.
So yeah, Nico gave the task of someone to develop facilities for 200 cows calving, and there's the SWATs of the class who had their work done well in advance, and they're enjoying their little hummus treat here, Lars and Helen. But yeah, the point being that they were to divide up into a dairy farm calving 200 cows or calving 2,000 cows. What facilities would you put in? Interesting point was, that's a slide I'm going to show you later on about pairing of calves. Interestingly enough, everybody chose hutches. Everybody chose hutches over single pens. So yeah, so I guess a line that we would use in AgraPlastics is hutches are best for the calves, pens are best for the operator. With pens, you solve a lot of problems. It's indoor, it's covered, you have a smaller footprint to get in more calves, but then you have other issues like maybe harder to clean, harder to get in with machinery when you're indoors, and issues with ventilation. And yes, certainly the costs increase by 50%, sometimes double, going from hutches to pens. So anyhow, yeah, it was really interesting that everybody chose hutches. I have a little video here now. After this, hopefully it'll play. But yeah, it was really interesting to just get to spend like 40 minutes focusing on what would you do in an ideal world if you had a green field or a blank canvas. It also gave a great chance for Nico and I to walk out and review the AgraPlastics range that was outside, and Nico had some really good ideas in terms of combining really good setups, sort of greenfield setups using AgraPlastics. So let's see if this works.
It's like, this works like with the pigs, empty full. Yeah. Now
now I step in shoes of the vet. How do you prevent a disease or an epidemic if something goes wrong here with diarrhea? These 6 cows are going to have diarrhea. What do you do? We don't talk about diarrhea.
No diarrhea by check.
There's no diarrhea in our hutches.
Yes, Katrina. No diarrhea.
That's a bit of a difficulty.
But you want to set some electrolytes. But how big is the difficulty if you don't have a pen outside? So there's no water from one hutch containing bacteria going to another hutch.
So that just
because if you have hutches next to each other.
That just gives you a flavor of the kind of workshop where we worked on the greenfield sites on the hutches. Yeah, it was really interesting. Nico, very, very smart guy. Again, really good teacher, just like you. Super team. As mentioned earlier, we did some discussion about pairing of calves. This is a very interesting slide, some research from, I can't see it there, one of the universities in Wisconsin. But these 2 graphs here show the vocalization. So basically calves looing or roaring after being moved into a larger group. So calves that were reared together, so 2 calves together, much less vocalizations compared to the ones that had always been on their own. Look, we know that calves reared on their own with, of course, in sight of other calves, because you don't want them left completely alone. That's not right either. They have to be able to see each other. It is the healthiest place. It gives them a chance to build up their immunity. They don't get sick. They're born with 0 immunity, and just being brought into this world and reared nice for the first 6 to 8 weeks, they get a chance to survive. Point here is, instead of after maybe 3 days or 4 days when they're drinking correctly, put 2 together. And we're doing that with our larger pens. We're doing that with our flex pen. We're doing that with the extra large hutch in AgraPlastics. That does it affect them in terms of better growth and better settling later on? This slide here says it does. So again, it's a trend that's happening in calf housing now, going from rearing from singles to doubles, and it's certainly something that we in AgraPlastics and Creva are putting energy into. This is a slide here in terms of housing in pairs. Yes, the housing needs to have room for 2. Our smaller SSL hutch would not be any good for this, but it's better socialization, adaptation skills. And it's proving as well that when there's 2 calves in the hutch together, that there's better solid intake, because they're almost like competing for the feed. Where are we next now? Oh, that is a video of Joep in the EXL hutch with Gerwin, showing that two can fit comfortably in there. At the time of going here, there was 2.3 thousand views. The other one had almost 10. If possible, I'm going to share those links as well here, straight to the CowSigals page. And the background there's some stranger stalker Irish guy looking in at you. But again, a really nice video he did, just about putting 2 together. Will it work, and what's your experience? Sorry, that video was done on day 1. But once we were finished with Nico, that was pretty much the finish of day 2. Here's me pulling up my pants for whatever reason.
Give me that. Okay.
So then at the end of day 2, we took the opportunity of having all of the hutches lined up and pens to do a little video to share elsewhere. You should see those on my YouTube channel. I'll add them all. But just to talk about the hutches and look at the features. So that was done here, and also it was great that Mindegas also did it from Lithuania. He was very proud of his certification, of course, and just like the rest of us, he went around and gave his discussion on the hutches. That's the starter pen there. I think everyone took from the 2 days the vital of using a starter pen to give the calves the best, few days to get them drinking and eating. Wojtek did the same. Anyone that knows Wojtek out of Poland, he is one of our top dealers in the world. Real believer in selling a concept rather than just a hutch. He fully believes in the extra large hutch, the EXL. And working in cold climates, feeding them correctly. He's got some tremendous results of weights of calves after 6 weeks in the EXL. And then they also move on to the group. And that is let me just see here, that is the bulk of it. Sorry, that's Lars in Denmark. Let me just go back again. That's Lars from Viking in Denmark, or distributor in Denmark. He did the same. So by the way, they're doing this in Danish, Polish, so that we can hopefully use it on their own YouTubes, or maybe you might see them popping up on Facebook. And then that was the end of our day. So everyone is there except Alex, our friend from Russia. He had to pop out early, but we got our certifications. Really good 2 days at CowSigals. We hope to do it again. The plan would maybe to even do one in North America, that maybe Joep or one of the CowSigals consultants over there. And again, the goal to be able to be a better service to farmers rather than just selling the best hutches in the world. Let's have some of the best advice. AgraPlastics and CowSigals plan to work closer together, that if we do have larger projects where some consultancy or design work is needed with VetVice. So, people that are in the know, you have CowSigals and VetVice to help you. VetVice is, of course, more focused on consultation and design and layout of barns. Plenty of people as well purchased the Yougstock Signals book, all of the best practices in rearing your calves. If I can help you get a copy of that if needs be. And that was it. Then everything was taken down, packed up, and we said our goodbyes. And it was a really good event. Herwin, though, of AgriPlastics and Van Spiker, there was no stopping him. He took everything down, and here he was set up within a few hours of after leaving CowSigals, all set to go for the next show. So on that note, I hope you found this YouTube, this video somewhat interesting. We really enjoyed our time at CowSigals. We got some excellent feedback from everyone that participated in it. They really enjoyed it. We'll be doing it again. And at any time, feel free to send me a message. Contact us here at AgraPlastics. International messages will come to our office here at Kriva. If you want if we can do anything to you, certainly for calf housing, or if you want to learn more about our experience with CowSigals, just let us know. And let's keep in touch. Thank you.